Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. I'm working on the challenge from Brenda from Conquering Mountscrapmore with Brenda. She sent out a challenge as part of the Quilters challenge to take on florals. So what I've decided to do is come up with a really neat flower block. I don't know about you, but I end up with some weird fabric sometimes people give to me, the checkers. I've got some larger as well. And then I have some zigzag fabric and miscellaneous stripes. And I don't know what to do with them sometimes, so they look really nice. So what I've decided to do is I've come up with a neat block. This is going to measure 8.5 unfinished or 8 inches finished. I am only making one because I have an idea of how I want to use this block in a future video. So let's get started. So to begin with, we need 4 backgrounds, and I'm using my checkered, and these will be part of the petals for the flower, and these measure 4.5 inches square. For each of the petals, because these are, you can make them all the same as you want. I don't have enough fabric because I am a scrap quilter, so I don't have 4 pieces that are the same size. So I'm using 4 different colors for each one. Then you'll need 4 2-inch squares that are going to act as the center. And then for each petal, you're also going to need a 1.5-inch square and 2 1-inch squares. So let's get started and let's work on one petal.
I'm Brenda from Conquering Mountscrapmore with Brenda, and my Quilters challenge to you is florals. Yes, that's right, florals. You either go make floral blocks, or you make a block that it represents a floral, or you use floral fabric. This one is wide open, and we're allowing all sorts of play, right? So here's my interpretation of florals. It is a improv rose, but it's not really an improv rose, and I did make a video that shows how to make this, but this was inspired by my friend Olga from Moscow. So she does beautiful improv roses, so I thought, okay, we'll play around with this concept, and this is what we've come up with. So this is such a fun way to use up tiny little scraps. So that's the challenge. Have fun.
So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 4.5-inch square and have it with the right side facing up. Then you're going to take the 4 smaller squares and turn them over, and you're going to draw corner to corner, and then you're going to place them like a flip and stitch. So you're going to have the bigger one on one edge, and then opposite that you're going to have the next larger one, and then you're going to have the 2 smaller ones, and they're going to be opposite each other like this. So in essence, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be stitching here like this, there, and like this. And an easy way to keep them in place is, I've mentioned glue before. You can use a glue stick, or you can use a liquid glue. And what I like to do is I'll use the bigger one because it's easiest to see, is I just put a dab on the side that's going to be cut away, and I make sure everything is lined up the way I want. And then I will place a couple pins. So I'll put one away from the line here, and then I'll have another one that's going to be on the other side. And then when I go to stitch, I'm going to make sure that I'm right 1 needle width away from the stitching line, so when it flips over, it's taking into account the thickness of the thread and the fabric. So once I have that done, I've gone ahead and done the pink one. This is what it's going to look like. So I've gone ahead and made sure that these are squared up nicely, and then I've trimmed back the extra fabric once I've stitched them. I don't know if you do this, but when I do add something, I always have extra threads, because I find, excuse me, with my sewing machine, sometimes those entry and exit stitches. Even though I use an end and leader, they start to come undone. So we're going to make 4 of these, and then I'll show you how to assemble them. Just showing you, I have these remaining 3 blocks done. And before you go ahead and flip them, or you flip them, you check them to make sure that you're happy with how they're meeting, which I've done. You want to set the seams before you go ahead and press them open. And be a little bit delicate here because you are working on the bias and things can get a bit stretchy. I have my blocks, I've pressed them, and what I found to help the corners lay down flat is I used a starch pen. This is a cheaper one. I refill it with a liquid starch that I cut down in half, so it's 50-50. It works really well. And then I also use a clapper, and this is something I bought at the dollar store. Up here in Canada, I think it's $1.75. It's just bamboo, but because it covers the whole block, I was able to actually put 2 under there and let it sit for a good length of time for all the heat to come out, and it did definitely make a difference. So that's something you might want to consider. So now with these 4 blocks, it's just as easy as placing them. So this, the larger, this was a 2-inch square, and you've got your 1.5 and then your 2 1-inch. So you want all the 2-inch square edges to point in towards the center like this. And then we will piece them together with a 1/4 inch seam, and then this block is done. When I do join these together, I will be watching these intersections and using a pin, which you've seen me do before, where I actually place it at 1/4 inch on one side, and then when the other one is folded over like this, I'm trying to intersect them, like, just pretend these are matching. So I want to intersect where the pin is, and then I'll pin right across and take it to the sewing machine. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll join you back here to show you what it finally looks like finished. So here's my take on a floral block. There is 7 of us that are part of this Quilters Challenge, so please check out the links in the video description so that you can make sure you see them all and you don't miss any of the neat ideas people are coming up with. So again, this measures 8.5 by 8.5, 8 inches finished. I did seem to do a great job matching all my points here, so I'm very happy with that. And I'm not a huge person for pressing seams open, but in order to reduce the bulk, I did that with the center seams. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. I will do a few photo takes of this and show you what it looks like once you step and repeat it, and what an awesome repeating pattern you can get out of this. So let me know what you think about this. I love hearing from you. Your comments mean a lot to me. Like, share, comment, and as I said, follow along on the Quilters Challenge. We've got 7 content creators over 7 months doing some really awesome projects. So until next time, sew safely and sew with Debee. Have a great day, and bye for now.